Playtime! Yay! Welcome to Playtime, where we celebrate imagination, play together, and maybe learn something we didn't know. Last year, I did a video on the first wave of Godzilla Miro Battle Playsets by Trendmasters. That video had a pretty big response, so I figured it's about time we talk about the second wave of playsets, which is both more creative and a lot harder to find. Like, a lot harder. But first I want to address this Godzilla 98 head playset, since in my last video, a couple of people told me I had forgotten to mention it. Well, there's a reason I didn't mention it. This is a different line. This one's called Miro Battle World. The head isn't even an environment, it's just a carry case so you can vomit some small toys. It doesn't even open and close on a hinge. You do get some buildings for old Zilla to smash, which is cool, and Zilla himself has a decent paint job. There's also this rocket net, so you can trap that quick iguana. The size scales are all over with this playset. Giant soldiers, giant helicopters. You can see why I didn't want to count this one. For what it's worth, there are a couple of these sets. The one I have is called Terror at Times Square. There's also Battle at Brooklyn Bridge. But whatever, let's get to our Miro Battle playsets. I've got 3 to show you. As you can see, between the 2 waves, we're now at 7 total Miro playsets to choose from. Wait, 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How are they getting 7? Space Godzilla versus Godzilla in Tokyo. That must be some type of misprint. Look, it's not even on the back of the Wave 2 cards. It only shows 3 sets, so that makes 6 total. Boom! Godzilla and Mechagodzilla are getting a rematch. Now this isn't in a specific city, but instead, we're in a G-Force base, and look! New head sculpt! It's not a Godzilla head! I like it a lot. I'm really glad they mixed things up for Wave 2 and brought in some new case shapes. The Mechagodzilla that comes in this set is the same as the Mechagodzilla from the Wave 1 set. However, Godzilla looks different now. He's greener and in a much more threatening stance. You get some special G-Force military vehicles this time around, which, again, mixes things up. And there's even a mini Ghidorah toy this time. Now, it doesn't exactly attach or even scale with Mechagodzilla, but it's still there, that's cool. Another way this set is different from the Wave 1 sets is that this one is meant to be kept at a 90-degree angle and not open flat. So this is more like your Mighty Max Polly Pocket sets. You can attach this missile launcher at the top here. Over here you have some kind of turret that you could swap out for a satellite dish, or maybe it's a maser cannon. You could put Mechagodzilla on this lift here, but I think it only goes up and down manually. Here's some kind of containment unit. I thought maybe it was a prison for Godzilla, but alas, he does not fit. Look at that. Now this is a Miro Battle playset. It might be my favorite one in the entire series. Just look how cool this looks. But like all Trendmaster toys, be careful launching missiles because they get distance. By the way, you could swap out the missile and launch Ghidorah instead. Like all these sets, you gotta move things around to make the head close all the way, but it's not too hard with this one. Moving away from that G-Force base and onto this G-Force base. But this one's Mecha King Ghidorah. It's a functioning base inside Mecha King Ghidorah. But since the playset itself is the rival monster, this set only includes a Godzilla and some G-Force members that are his same size. But hey, another Ghidorah! Let's devalue the heck out of this thing. So, sure enough, the chest opens to reveal a G-Force station. There's a special spot for get in there! A rocket launcher! Some kind of crane arm there. It doesn't do much. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with it, to be honest. Oh, this says I'm supposed to transport the Ghidorah and taser missiles to the launch pad with the transport crane. Alright, well, Ghidorah is ready for launch. Let's prepare the crane. Sir, the crane can't reach! We built it too short, sir! Okay, Red Soldier. We need to lengthen that crane before Godzilla— Ah, there he is! No! Mecha King Ghidorah is one of my favorite characters, but this set doesn't do much for me. The play environment is meh, there's no monster opponent for Godzilla, and just overall, this one looks kinda awkward to me. Also, this head has some green in it, possibly from sun damage. I'm pretty sure they're not all like that. You have 80% of a Mecha King Ghidorah. You're just missing his legs. Oh, and a wing now. The Washington, DC Violante set is one of the most difficult sets to find. It's also the most similar to the sets from Wave 1, as it's back to a Godzilla head sculpt and a battle at a famous location. Like the New York set with the Twin Towers, this set has a Pentagon building split in half. Because everything Trendmasters did predicted 9/11 somehow. Look at this, we got the Washington Monument, the Capitol building. This set is no joke. Well, let's rip right into this thing and play with the goodies. Oh, I can't do it! This set was way too hard to find to just open it up. But luckily we don't have to, as I happen to have a loose set as well. And I forgot to mention in the last video that the Godzilla heads have a variant repaint version that's black, which is considered supercharged. So this is my first supercharged Godzilla head in my Micro Battle collection. Oh wow, I just puked a government. On this side, we have another ocean for Godzilla, similar to a couple of the Series 1 sets. You remove the plate here to reveal some of Violante's vines, but where is she? Well, that's when you push up from the bottom and she emerges through the Pentagon. Well, her lower half does. You can then take her upper half and stick it to the bottom. I think this is the only Trendmasters representation of Violante to not have legs. That's interesting. There, now they're ready for battle. I really like this scaling. Violante is bigger than Godzilla and very intimidating. On the other side, like I said, we have the Capitol building, the Washington Monument, the Federal Reserve building, which is supposed to pop back up when you hit this button, but mine's a little wonky. Here's a jet that's about the size of the White House. Grr, smash it! None of this is working out at all! Oh, these missiles can be flipped over to reveal the Lincoln Memorial, so that's a thing. This set is decent. Very straightforward like Wave 1. Also not at all easy to close like Wave 1. And that's it. We talked about all 6 Trendmasters Micro Battle Playsets. We are finished. Good day. Hey, you're still here. Why are you still here? What? We're done. Cut to the end cards and patrons and all that. Well, it turns out we're not done, as there is indeed a 7th set. And it's even more rare than the Washington, D.C. set. It did seem to go to market, but only in small numbers in very random locations. It's a bit of a holy grail now for a lot of Godzilla collectors, and in the last year, I myself have had 3 close calls getting my hands on this for this video. 3 frustrating failures. Well, luckily the 4th time panned out. Here it is! Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla in Tokyo. I'd love to open this guy up and play with him, but this is a case where even I know it's better I don't. But I will tell you some cool stuff about it. Instead of Godzilla's head, this set closes to be Space Godzilla's head. Crystals play a huge part here, and there's a big one that Space Godzilla can go inside of. But when you close the head, that crystal becomes his head crystal, which is actually a really clever idea. It's strange that there's no Tokyo Tower or any temples or things very specific to Tokyo. Feels kind of like this could be any city. On the other side is the Pit of Doom, but really it's just a hole for the crystal to go through. But around the pit you can see the remains of Mecha King Ghidorah. I guess that base didn't work out very well. But how about this? This set gives you a Godzilla, a Space Godzilla, and a Mogira Land Falcon and Star Falcon. Nice little bonus there. Although the Land Falcon isn't removable, which is kind of stinky. Space Godzilla was the newest Toho baddie at the time of this release, and I've said it a million times, but I'll say it again. For Americans, these Trendmaster toys were their first exposure to Heisei-era creations, since the films wouldn't make it to the States for a few more years. Not a bad first impression for Space Godzilla. Now, I know what you're thinking. MIB, you've showed us all these Micro Battle Playsets, but come on! I can't even put this in my pocket. Polly Pocket can go in my pocket, but these sets are too big! Well, if you need a Micro Battle that's even more micro, look no further than this watch by Nelsonic. Yes, you could strap on a watch that doubles as an even smaller Micro Battle playset. Nelsonic even used a shrunken version of the Trendmasters Godzilla head case, which opens to reveal Hollywood. This time the buildings are part of the background and you still get a little Godzilla. You can be in detention, teacher takes your phone away, but joke's on them. I'm gonna play with my Godzilla watch. And if that's not small enough for you, check out the Trendmasters Ultra Micro Playset in my hand here. Do you see it? There's nothing there, you idiot. But believe it or not, we almost did see another wave of Trendmasters Micro Battle Playsets. This 1997 issue of Tom Art's Action Figure Digest includes a spread of Trendmasters Gamera and Godzilla Doom Island toys. Most of the Doom Island line never wound up going to market, including some of the figures shown in this spread. But if you look in the back over here and squint your eyes real good, you can see packaging from Micro Battle headsets as part of the Doom Island line. Oh, and if this was part of Doom Island, there was a good chance those micro sets would have had dinosaurs.